ألوان الكلمات.
Remember how good peaches used to be? Their flesh squirting open like dawn, their juice dribbling down your chest, slipping beneath the top of your baby dolls like whispers of future indulgences. Barefoot you sat in a lawn chair in the backyard, your toes barely touching the ground, the cement tiles of the patio floor still fresh with night. And you slurped back the first days of summer. No school today as you peeled away the fiery fruits velour pajamas and fed on its dewdrop dreams. Then, between index and thumb, you held up its core, a tiny brain with veins of intelligence weaving their way through pockmarks of truth, like the center of the world adjusted to fit into the palm of your hand. Today, peaches are all talk, no action. Bite into one and you'll wonder when we lost faith in nature's wisdom, her wild tangle of intangible truths, like a genius's unruly mop. You'll wonder when we began lobotomizing her offspring, administering technology like pharmaceuticals or fruit basket cases, rewiring her slow, deep cycles of reflection with sound bites of productivity. Peaches look bigger and better than ever on supermarket shelves, but hold a couple in your hands and you'll find that their skin feels thinner, as though stretched to fit a tight schedule, their fuzzy pajamas traded in for an underwire bra. They refuse to ripen, firmly defying the dribble and droop of time, their messy release of joy replaced with no fuss, no muss, silicone chic, the center of the world now, nicely nestled within a showcase, an incubator of desires. Look, don't touch or taste or feel. Just leave your memories at the cache. As you window shop your way through the malls of mutation, your dewdrop dreams dissipating as you're slyly injected with transgenic needs, reprogrammed to supply a demand, and forget that you too are a peach.
Merci, Akim.
Bienvenue à toi donc, Kimberly.
Ça, c'était un poème spoken word sur mon disque Kimberly in the Dreamtime, qui a été lancé en 2011. Et c'est ça, maintenant je vais continuer avec un autre poème que j'ai écrit il y a quand même quelques années. Comme vous le savez, je fais de la musique en plus de la poésie. Et ce poème-là, qui s'appelle Midnight Snow Angels en rue Saint-Denis, c'est un poème en prose et ça raconte un peu l'époque où je commençais à faire de la scène. Donc, c'était toujours nouveau pour moi et c'était un peu, disons, les douleurs de croissance qui viennent avec étant une personne de nature un peu timide. Donc, c'était pas tout à fait naturel pour moi de faire ça.
Okay.
Donc, ça s'appelle Midnight Snow Angels en rue Saint-Denis. It's Saturday night in Montreal, a week and a half before Christmas, and C and I are singing in a bar on Saint-Denis before a whopping crowd of 12. That includes the members of the lead act, a well-honed blues band with enough groove to get the few girls in the bar up dancing. I'm suffering because we've launched into our first number too slowly and C's guitar refuses to stay tuned after a change of strings in the walk here. We left the van at home due to yesterday's snowstorm, toting gear up and down unplowed sidewalks. And now the tempo is set. We're too deep into song to pull out, so we just have to ride it out. The music dragging across the faces of the girls at table number 2 like a curtain closing on their smiles. I'm suffering from my lack of experience with borrowed sound systems. It seems that no matter where I stand, my microphone clashes with an overhead speaker, feedback piercing our second song with high-pitched holes, a driving range effect that forces us to stop and start over, while a cloud of impatience mixes with cigarette smoke and hovers over the couple sitting at the bar. I'm suffering because it's always winter in this country, and the cold acts as a restraining order on live audiences, shunned by the city's black linoleum nights. Montrealers retreat to the warm protection of home entertainment, trading designer wear for flannel pajamas and fuzzy slippers, something I might try if I had better survival skills, feasting on TV like comfort food, prepackaged, easily digestible entertainment delivered directly to their doors, requiring none of the hunting and gathering of a live act. I'm suffering from the women giggling at table number 3, their frivolous chatter rising above take 2 like a tactless, alcohol-induced review. Suddenly our songs are too poetic, too melancholy, too political, and certainly no one is dancing. The energy raised by the lead band has toppled over, seeped through the floorboards like spilled beer. I'm suffering from knowing that this might be the least amount of suffering I can hope for in this life, the hand of destiny having led me here like a loving, stern parent, punishing me for my own good each time I've tried to escape, my body bloating with unexpelled words, images, and music. These have burned through the lining of my stomach, my bladder, my brain like temper tantrums of truth each time I've tried on normalcy for size and kept wearing it even though it clearly didn't fit. An administrative position for a clothing company, a job selling vacation packages down south, years spent crossing the T's and dotting the I's in the thankless manuscripts of countless authors. I've tried on so many different lives to avoid this very moment. I'm the shyest person in any room, so why am I the one holding the mic? It's been handed to me over and over throughout the years like an appointment card with myself, which I filed away, my own reflection biding its time at the back of the drawer, waiting to stare back at me through the eyes of an audience. A meeting I've vowed to stop missing, despite its blunt banter of blemishes. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest? If I can love myself looking into the face of the man slipping into alcoholic slumber at table number 4, his eyes closing against all that hurts, I can love myself anywhere. I'm suffering from the attention conferred upon us by the lead guitarist of the other band. Unlike the customers, he's actually listening. As we trip on the cracks in our own music, strips of humiliation creep up my throat, striating my voice and rhythm hiccups unevenly across our third song. M plays as though centuries of expertise are being channeled through his fingers, while C and I are just learning to crawl, pawing our way through the dark, negotiating the crevices inherent to the early stages. Birth, death, performance. These are passages one must brave alone. And yet, like us, M is playing here in this black hole of a bar, contending with the cavernous hunger of those who gather in dark, smoky taverns after a storm. Those for whom no one is waiting at home. Those who are seeking bomb shelters for their lives, requesting whiskey and songs like liquid escape routes to anywhere but here. But if even M is still here, what hope is there for us? Our set is over, and I'm already suffering from that morning after feeling. It's like the sequel to those nights when alcohol has punched holes through your judgment and you've dived right through the void, following the lead of someone whose ideas you wouldn't normally find so bright, losing your clothes in the descent. When memories of your misbehavior begin to float back up to the surface, your body shakes from the shock of your self-betrayal. A landslide of vulnerability topping up the hollow left from your fleeting bravado. As we sit back down, I keep smiling, hoping this will fool us all into believing that things went better than they did. Yet I can almost feel a draft from the quick averting of eyes, reluctant witnesses to our embarrassment taking flight. Pick up a microphone, and people suddenly expect you to know stuff. They want you to coach them through emotional territory they might not brave alone. A poor performance is like letting go of your audience's hand halfway across a hanging bridge, a breach in trust that's rarely forgiven. I'm suffering because I'm getting too old to pay for my beer with world change, and I wonder if this path will ever be paved in anything but debt, time borrowed from more lucrative jobs to pursue one's passions. No matter what I do, I always come out owing. If I write and sing and dance, I owe the landlord, the phone company. But if I work just to pay my bills, I quickly wind up in arrears with my soul, and my body demands more apologies than a cuckolded lover. If ever I've needed a beer, it's now. I've got a Jim Morrison kind of thirst, lest the groupies to lift a glass to my suicide. They say it's lonely at the top. But the bottom is no welcome home party either. Even my partner has disappeared into the bathroom to lick the potholes in his pride, leaving me alone at our table to avoid all the glances no one gives me. Birth, death, performance. These are passages one must brave alone. My fingers comb the bottom of my purse, hoping that a pair of loose loonies have mated and given birth to a litter of quarters, when a couple, preparing to leave, pauses at our table, bidding me farewell, their smiles as delightful as that split second when a snowflake has landed on your mitten, but not yet melted. How had I not noticed them before? Their warmth lingers, compensating for the draft as the door swings open like a giant wing, spreading across the sidewalk, reminding me of those nights when, as a child, I lay on my back outdoors, cradled by song-filled silence, sweeping my arms and legs through freshly fallen snow, turning the front yard into a cathedral of angels as my eyes drank in the milk spilled by an overflow of stars, those silk-lined keyholes to infinity that made me want to offer something in return. Merci.
Merci, Kimberly. Fondée en 2009, Kimberly and the Dreamtime est une idée de la chanteuse et parolière, la montréalaise Kimberly Bourgeois. En quelques années, cette poète a pu réunir dans son band un ensemble de musiciens talentueux à l'instar de Daniel Loyer, Daniel Zanella, Scott Diffie et Jerry Catanescu, qui ont contribué grandement à la naissance de son premier CD. Mélangeant le soft electric sheen avec le smoky electro beats, le premier album de Kimberly, coproduit avec Dave A. Stratton, qui a produit notamment Jean Leloup, Leclerc et puis Marc Berube, est sorti en 2011 et est présentement disponible via son site web kimberlyandthedreamtime.com. Il est aussi distribué à travers les plateformes numériques par Indie Pool. S'inspirant des talentueux artistes et chanteurs comme Leonard Cohen, Nick Cave, Johnny Mitchell et Patti Smith, Kimberly écrit des paroles qui mettent en exergue son amour profond de la littérature et de sa carrière en tant qu'écrivaine, et ont publié des articles dans le Montreal Review of Books, The Globe and Mail et University Affairs Magazine. Elle traite de l'écriture et de la chanson avec la même profondeur et expertise qu'elle donne aux revues de livres. Imbue de poésie, elle évoque souvent la légèreté des mots, doux avec une grande délicatesse. Si on peut peut-être, Kimberly, passer à un autre poème, un autre spoken word, donc c'est à toi de voir.
OK. Je vais me lever pour celui-là.
Ouais, vas-y, il n'y a pas de problème.
Étant donné qu'on est dans la semaine de la Saint-Valentin, je pensais faire quelque chose qui porte un peu sur l'amour. This poem is called Platform Boots. The stars are shooting up with serendipity. Streamers, screamers, slippery silver dreamers splitting open minds, connecting dots with the divine. My heart's a Bordeaux bordello, 27 beats per breath, a purple pulse staining the lips of my pale pelvic boudoir. Boom, boom, light up my room with firecracker crime. Stolen kisses, a sweet permissive. You could be right on time. Rather than a raid of reason set to crush this mojo rush bred broken to divide. Handcuffed touch, you think too much. Resist the flow of wine, and your heart is fastened in a chastity belt, fashioned by your own design. Why not wash down the mustard seed with a drink of golden honey mead? Enter this pagan cathedral, where fishnet lights and fuchsia tights are torn by sapphire lipstick nights. Let rules be broken, sacraments made, and love wear platform boots. While we speak in tongues, hearts come undone, our dancing thighs intertwined, kept strong and lean and young. Let's rewrite the revelations as tender, fleshed-out appellations on parchments on unfolding faith. Soothe, smooth, and finally safe from denial's deadly debris. Let's kiss and tell and break the spell that's kept us locked in fear's hotel. Let's let devotion, lover dear, finally set us free.
Wow, vraiment bravo Kimberly, merci.
Merci.
Lady in the window, I watch you from outside. Through the violet curtains, I'm counting your tears tonight. Lady in the window, rosary bags outside. Children on their tiptoes, hoping to see inside. What did they do to make you run and hide? Was life too cruel? Voices just too loud? Mangy cats are prowling. You fight your lonely war. What did they do to make you run and hide? Was life too cruel? Or voices just too loud? It's me inside.
Donc, c'était là, chères auditrices et auditeurs, Lady in the Window de Mona Lisa, qui est, je pense, une de tes amies
Oui,
aussi,
c'est
Kimberly.
une voix que je reconnais, la belle voix de Mona Lisa.
Ok, donc, sans transition aucune, on passe au segment donc, de mon invité, Kimberly Bourgeois.
Ok, merci Akim.
La bienvenue.
Je vais faire un poème spoken word qui est aussi sur mon disque, mais que je fais souvent live en spectacle. Et comme je suis là, je vais le faire live.
Ok.
Donc ça s'appelle Release Party. Pomegranate blue, angels and alley smoke, signal songs drifting round discs of desire. We'll climb higher and higher up Royal Mountain Rifts, kiss, and cross the lines of shame, those borders with unspeakable names. You wrote this passage right. Tonight's footballs are dawn's applause, chance dance steps based on what you thought you should erase. For even as you try to rewind the ribbons of rain, bon, me revoilà au cœur du destin. Une tulipe perçant enfin ma page blanche sans défense, ma langue survenante, un papillon passeport trafiquant l'or de mes lapsus trésors. Aucune tempête de circonstances n'enneigera cette fleur de transcendance. Je rêve d'un sentiment d'appartenance. Will you be my pièce de résistance in this common quest for sovereignty of the soul? I dream of border less control, incantations, rock and roll, invitation drum rolls to a party of release, rhythmic threads of redemption left hanging from a heartbeat. Beyond the seventh sky, sowing third compassionate eyes into all free and willing wings of intention.
Wow, vraiment bravo, Kimberly. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Akim.
My house is clean, stripped bare and empty as a church on New Year's Eve, and I'm free, footloose and fancy as a drunk without a drink. What's it like on the outside, baby? 'Cause I've locked myself in and lost my key. What's it like on the outside, baby? Have you ever considered breaking entry? I'm wishing I hadn't gone and run away, just 'cause you were crazier than I was sane. Have you moved on, or are you still free? When you're trying to forget, do you still think about me? What's it like on the outside, baby? 'Cause I've locked myself in and lost my key. What's it like on the outside, baby? Have you ever considered breaking entry? The windows are open, opportunities, and I'm starting to weigh the risks of jumping. You're like poison in my medicine. Can't tell if I'm better or just love dying. What's it like on the outside, baby? 'Cause I've locked myself in and lost lost my key. What's it like on the outside, baby? Have you ever considered breaking in a dream? I kinda like your foolish side. All this safety is driving me wild. I'll throw you a hammer, though this isn't a test. If you break down my walls, you know I love you the best. What's it like on the outside, baby? 'Cause I've locked myself in and lost my key. What's it like on the outside, baby? Have you ever considered breaking in a tree? What's it like on the outside, baby? 'Cause I've locked myself in and lost my key. What's it like on the outside, baby? Have you ever considered breaking
Kimberly s'est produite un peu partout sur la scène montréalaise depuis la sortie de son premier release. À l'automne de l'année 2013, son band a attiré l'attention du journal Le Canada français à Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu après qu'elle soit donc produite à la bibliothèque Adélard Berger suite à une invitation donc de la ville de Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu. Outre cela, elle a donné des spectacles dans beaucoup de nightclubs, de cafés et de galeries de Montréal, donc au Patrovis, au Playhouse Cabaret, Inspecteur Épingle, The Yellow Door, The Visual Arts Center, Centre Saint-Ambroise, Sheikha Café, The Wiggle Room, Galerie 1507, Galerie Rack, Arsenal Montréal, etc. Et a participé aussi donc aux événements de le World Soccer Day qui était en juin 2014, la semaine italienne à Montréal, août 2014. Et puis les chansons de Kimberly ont été diffusées sur plusieurs stations de radio, à savoir donc à Montréal, à savoir Radio Centre-Ville, évidemment 102,3 FM, CIBL, CKUT, Radio Ville-Marie, Choc FM, etc. Et récemment, c'est-à-dire novembre 2014, Kimberly a été invitée à chanter live sur CJAD 800 pour promouvoir son show qui allait avoir lieu dans l'élégant donc, théâtre Piccolo au centre Léonard da Vinci. Et puis aujourd'hui, la passionnée des notes, produite par donc des mots poétiques, continue à séduire une audience avec une voix intime et des mélodies touchantes, alors qu'elle dévoile de nouvelles chansons de ses prochains CD. Enveloppée d'émotions, son aura musicale grandit de jour en jour, comme son réseau de musiciens accomplis qui viennent enrichir son band régulièrement. Et puis présentement, ce band est composé de Martin Saint-Germain à la guitare, Robert Saulnier donc à la basse, Julie Abel au clavier, et puis Raymond Newton aux drums, et puis aussi donc Carole Sénécal de back vocals. Spirituel, inspiré, douceur intime, donc Kimberly and the Dreamtime, et la poésie sur laquelle vous êtes tout le temps invité donc à danser. Et puis pour visionner des vidéos de Kimberly Bourgeois et autres donc, prestations, vous pouvez donc visiter le site web kimberlyandthedreamtime.com. Éventuellement, Kimberly, si j'ai oublié quelque chose ou des choses à préciser, tu peux préciser les choses.
Merci, c'était une très belle présentation, Akim. Je voulais dire que je suis en train de booker des spectacles maintenant pour le printemps et l'été. Donc, j'espère bientôt avoir des dates à mettre sur le site web. Donc, si les gens veulent aller voir sur kimberlyandthedreamtime.com, c'est là où les dates vont être indiquées, ou bien sur Facebook aussi.
OK. Puis maintenant, si Kimberly voudrait bien peut-être partager avec nos auditeurs un spoken word ou un poème, donc ça sera le bienvenu.
Ce dernier poème s'appelle The Joker, et c'est quelque chose que j'ai écrit il y a quelques années, mais je trouve que c'est toujours pertinent, même si je parle un peu de la technologie et tout ça, je trouve que c'est toujours pertinent aujourd'hui. Et ça traite de plusieurs sujets, dont l'environnement. Je sais que Akim, c'est un sujet qui est important
Ouais,
pour toi.
ouais, ouais.
Et peut-être les facteurs un peu déshumanisants dans la société moderne.
OK.
Mais il y a des touches d'humour là-dedans. Donc,
Ok.
la chanson que tu as jouée tantôt, Inside Looking Out, c'est une belle introduction pour ça.
OK. À toi, donc, Kimberly, quand tu es prêt.
Okay. I'm looking for a poem on an early October morning that yawns with mid-July smog. Past its prime, the sky hangs above Mont-Royal like the faded blue jeans of an aging hippie. A clothesline testimonial to the wear and tear of planet Earth. Summer is a psychedelic garden grown weary of visitors who overstay their welcome. Her floral tie-dyes drooping beneath lazy clouds of exhaust. A blur of cannabis upgrading into SUV fumes like dingy wads of cotton bearing down, holding heat captive. Freedom's just another word for early retirement plan. A promise purchased through equal monthly payments by doing time, 35 to 50 hours a week in front of a computer, a high-tech gadget said to save time. Whose time, and where have they been putting it? In a high-tech office which you are absolutely free to leave every night at 5 p.m., as long as you carry a cell phone, a high-tech tracking device to your gym, that haunted hall of mirrors where you can sweat away the years. And where have they been putting those? On high-tech machines, the ghost of your younger self egging you to shake the mashed potatoes from your thighs, your buttocks like grandma's Thanksgiving dinner served cold, lumpy deposits of immobility filling the chair where you sit all day, congealing. Now, it's one foot in front of the other, the treadmill's black carpet slipping away beneath your feet, then sliding back up, force-feeding you incentive. If you don't want to fall, you better keep running. It's go, 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 as if you were actually going somewhere, aside from home. To make supper, do the dishes, wash and fold the laundry, and then lie awake worrying about all the things you didn't get done today. This day that keeps getting shorter despite the computers and cell phones, this day that keeps coming back looking more and more like itself, a black ribbon spinning beneath your feet. You'd better keep running if you don't want to fall, and tune in to the parade of perfection punctuating the programs on TV. Manic models marching across the screen like flashbacks to the flawless skin you never had as a teen. Soundbite reminders of your limitless options. Now that your favorite shampoo comes in pink, you know that your uniqueness is being catered to, and at last you can drift off to sleep, lulled by the voice of the man, whom you no longer recognize since she is now blonde, buxom, and pouting out pop tunes. You want to work for her, look like her, trade your low-tech paycheck for a high-tech makeover. Your dreams are as jaunty as a jog through the haunted hall of mirrors, black ribbons winding their way through your unconscious like dark wrinkles of truth, cracking the skin of illusion as you toss and turn through tangles of reality. No potions or lotions will smooth, even if they're pink. The computer, cell phone, and treadmill may be saving time, but time is not saving your face. I'm looking for a poem in last night's conversation, a dormant disease lingering in my brain, then manifesting in my lungs, which struggle to take in the new day. Each breath as troubled and murky as the heavens, the airs get up and go, slowed into glutinous globs too thick to slide down swollen windpipes. I have no TV or cell phone, and my computer is 4 years old, which is about 100 in dog years. I'm a writer, which means I make stuff up. I'm a pusher of paradox, a wild card of words, winding my way deeper and deeper into the deck. Yet as with all jokers, a body of truth wheezes beneath humorous attire. A body blemished with cancerous potential, caught once too often in summer's muddy sun showers, buckets of pigment spilled from the sky, splattering skin with age. I asked what you thought about laser surgery, the current cosmetic cure for freckles turned flabby, spreading across hands and face like peanut butter, and expected you to answer with chicken soup or one of those Band-Aid for the ego spiritual cliches like, "You're only as old as you feel." But instead you asked about the price, which is when it became suddenly clear that I couldn't go another day without one of those pumps that helps you breathe when your lungs fold up faster and tighter than the sidewalks of a French village at sunset. I'm looking for a poem in all the great things money can erase. Like memories of laughter etched into the corners of a mouth, gone in the flash of a credit card. Or autumn mornings crisp with experience, leaves crackling beneath your feet with the satisfaction of a life well lived. Who's laughing now that the seasons have stopped acting like themselves, throwing temper tantrums at inopportune moments? A freak hailstorm in July, a heat wave at Thanksgiving. Pretty soon pigs really will fly, flapping their transgenic tails to the winds of unnatural disasters, and clear days will be the stuff of urban legend, green trees in October rationalized away as yet another Indian summer. The Indians of yesteryear must be rolling over in their graves. Who's laughing now that industry is choking on its own success? Rings of smog blown from city towers like stacks of cigars, addiction pumped into the lungs of humanity, blocking our ability to breathe autonomously, blocking our ability to stop, drop, and roll with our innate seasons, nipping and tucking at the first symptoms of decline, chemical potions slathered like chlorophyll in our attempts to stay green, while summer's branches prepare to break more decisively than ever, smothered by the violence of our clinging.
Ah, c'est vraiment magnifique, Kimberly. Bravo. Et puis, comme le jingle de l'émission l'indique, donc on arrive à la fin de cette émission. Et puis, juste de mentionner que dû à une limitation un peu de temps, puis j'étais vraiment très très heureux de recevoir Kimberly Bourgeois. Puis donc c'est juste la prochaine fois, donc il y aura donc lecture de la poésie du docteur Malik Abed ou Mohamed Al Khalifa. Donc j'étais vraiment très ravi, très content avec Kimberly de te recevoir dans cette émission.
C'est moi qui est très ravi, Akim. Merci beaucoup pour l'invitation. Je suis très charmée.
Bienvenue. Et puis merci beaucoup aussi dans mon chapeau noir, monsieur Yvan Jean.
Oui, merci beaucoup et très bonne émission et merci à tous nos auditeurs de partager cette nuit avec nous à Montréal en direct ou ce matin en Europe, surtout en France, on écoute beaucoup cette émission La Couleur des mots. Merci beaucoup à tout le monde de nous suivre. Merci Kimberly, merci Akim.
Merci Jean.
Et puis donc je vous donne rendez-vous, chers auditrices et auditeurs, à la prochaine émission, à un prochain numéro. Je vous dis à la prochaine. Donc salut, bye bye.